AI agents look intelligent. They talk, they reason, they plan. But under the hood, they are guessing the next token. So how do you turn probability into reliability and build systems people can actually trust? And that's what this video is about. This is system design. We're going to break down the ReAct pattern, the reasoning loop that keeps agents from going off the rails. We'll look at human-in-the-loop pipelines because the best agents know when to stop and ask for help. We'll unpack the guardrails that catch failures before they cascade. And we'll talk about observability because how do you debug a system that thinks in pixels? And to make this concrete, we'll use Amazon ReAct as our case study. They built these exact patterns to hit around 90% reliability at scale. I'll walk you through how it works and demo it in action. This is the same reliability engineering we apply to databases, payment systems, and distributed infrastructure. Now apply to AI agents. Big thanks to ReAct for sponsoring this video. Let's get into it. On paper, browser automation sounds simple. Click this, type that, submit the form, done. But production systems don't behave like clean demos. Pages load at different speeds. Pop-ups appear randomly, sessions expire, CAPTCHAs show up. A button that was on the left yesterday is on the right today. The website pushes an update and suddenly your entire workflow breaks. And here's the thing about agents. They run in a loop. Each step depends on the last step working. Each action assumes the previous action succeeded. So when something goes wrong on step 7, the agent doesn't know. It keeps going. Clicking on things that aren't there, filling forms that already errored out, confidently doing the wrong thing. Now you might think, okay, just use a better model. Bigger LLM, better reasoning, more context window, and that will fix it. And yes, that helps. But it doesn't solve the core problem. The model didn't fail because it's dumb. It failed because the page changed, or the button moved, or the network was slow, or the login expired mid-session. And this is why reliability is a system problem, not a model problem. Here's a mental model that changed how I think about this. The moment an agent interacts with the web, it becomes a distributed system. Think about it. You have the model running inference somewhere, you have the browser rendering pages, managing state, you have the website, which you don't control. And you have authentication systems, network calls, maybe a database storing workflow state. All of these components talking to each other, all of them failing independently. The website can change without warning, the browser can crash, the network can time out, the model can hallucinate, the session can expire. Any of these can break your workflow. And if you have worked with the distributed systems, you don't hope for reliability. You engineer for failure. You assume things will go wrong, and you design the system to detect it, recover from it, or escalate it. So if you want reliable agents, you need architecture. One common approach is called the ReAct pattern. ReAct stands for reasoning and action. Instead of the agent doing everything in one shot, it runs in a loop. Observe, think, act, repeat. The agent takes a screenshot. That's observe. It reasons about what it sees. There's a form here. I need to click the destination field. That's think. Then it takes one small action. Just one. That's act. Then it loops back. New screenshot, think again, act again. This is the foundation of reliability. You never assume success. You observe reality after every action. But here's the catch. ReAct only works if the model is good at reasoning about user interfaces. A generic LLM will hallucinate buttons that don't exist. So the pattern matters, but so does the underlying model. For now, the key pattern: think before you act, verify after you act, loop constantly. It's the difference between a chess player who plans ahead versus one who just reacts to whatever is in front of them. So, ReAct is the foundation, but it's not enough. Because even with reasoning, agents still fail. They'll get stuck. They'll still make mistakes. And when you're running thousands of workflows in parallel, in production with real users, with real money on the line, you need more than just a reasoning loop. You need verification layers to catch mistakes before they cascade. You need guardrails to block dangerous actions. You need escalation paths so the agent knows when to stop and ask a human for help. And you need observability, because when something fails at 3 a.m., you need to know what happened. This is where systems like Amazon ReAct become interesting. They have taken these platforms, ReAct, verification, guardrails, human-in-the-loop, observability, and packaged them into a production-grade runtime. So let's talk about that architecture. When you zoom out, a reliable agent system looks like a stack. It's not one model. It's multiple layers working together. At the top, you have workflow definitions. In the middle, you have the execution runtime. Under that, you have the browser environment, and wrapped around everything, you have guardrails and monitoring. Reliability doesn't live in any single layer. It emerges from how these layers interact. The first layer is how workflows are defined. In ReAct, you usually start in the playground with natural language, but very quickly that becomes real Python code. That's important because production reliability requires version control, reviews, tests, and deployments. Once your agent is code, you can reason about it like any other system. You can add assertions, you can add branching, you can add recovery logic. At this point, your agent is really a state machine expressed in code. The second layer is the orchestration layer. This is where the agent decides what to do next, observing the page, reasoning about the next action, executing one step, validating the outcome. ReAct uses React-style loop for this today, but the key point is the pattern. Observe, reason, act, verify, repeat. Every workflow runs as a continuous cycle. Observe the page, reason about next action, execute one step, validate the outcome, and then loop again. The runtime manages browser sessions, cookies, authentication state, and page stability. This is what prevents agents from drifting when something unexpected happens. It's constantly comparing what it expected to happen with what actually happened. On top of the runtime sits the verification layer, and this is where most reliability is won or lost. Every important action has a post condition. Did the page load? Did the element appear? Did the form field actually change, or did the file download? If the answer is no, the workflow doesn't blindly continue. It retries, it reroutes, or it escalates. This is the difference between a script that works in a demo and a system that works in production. Demo agents assume success. Production agents verify it. This turns fragile scripts into resilient systems. Next, you have guardrails. Reliable agents are constrained agents. ReAct lets you define where the agent can go, what it can touch, and what it's allowed to do. Domains, permission, rate limits, risky actions. This is basically IAM for agents. Instead of trusting the model to behave perfectly, the system enforces safety at the infrastructure level. And that's how you prevent catastrophic failures. Now comes the human in the loop layer. And this one is critical. No serious production system is fully autonomous. When confidence drops, when policies trigger, when risk increases, the agent pauses. It doesn't guess. It doesn't plow forward. It stops and asks for help. It packages context, screenshot, URL, execution trace, what it was trying to do. A human reviews it, approves the step, or fixes it, and the agent resumes. This is how you get both automation and accountability. Now, at scale, this becomes an architectural problem. If you're running thousands of workflows, you can't have humans watching everyone. So you need smart escalation logic. What triggers an escalation? Uncertainty threshold, specific action types, business rules. How do you route it? Queue system, priority levels. How do you capture the human's decision and feed it back? And here's the subtle benefit most people miss. Every time a human corrects an agent, that's a feedback signal. The system learns which situations need escalation and which ones it can handle. The agent gets better precisely because it's designed to ask for help. Next is observability. Every step produces telemetry. Logs, screenshots, timings, failure reasons. Each workflow becomes a trace. Each step becomes a span. So when something breaks, you don't guess. You replay the execution and see exactly where reality diverged from expectation. This is distributed tracing for AI agents. Finally, there is the control plane. This is where workflows are deployed, versioned, scaled, and rolled back. You can promote a workflow from staging to production. You can monitor success rates. You can roll back bad changes. And this is what turns experiments into infrastructure. So when Amazon talks about 90% reliability, it's not coming from a magical model. It's coming from the stack. Workflow engineering, orchestration, verification, guardrails, human escalation, observability, and operational control. Reliability is designed, not hoped for. Now let me show you how this actually works. I'm going to build an agent that books a trip, not to another city, but to another planet. This is Next.Travels, a simulated travel site in the ReAct gym. It's got destinations, booking flows, payments, all the messy UI patterns you'd find in a real travel site. I'm using the ReAct playground here. And by the way, this isn't limited to demo sites. ReAct works on any website, Amazon, your internal dashboards, whatever needs browser automation. The gym is just a safe sandbox for testing. In production, you point at real sites, which I'll show later in this video. Here, I have defined 7 steps. Browse destinations, ask me which planet I want, book the flight, fill traveler info, pick cabin class, skip cargo, complete payment. Let's run it. Watch the agent output window. This is the orchestration loop in action. Observe, reason, act. It sees the home page, clicks destinations, now it's loading the planets. See that? I can see Proxima Centauri b, Ross 128b, so on and so forth. It's not blindly clicking, it's reasoning through what it sees. Now here's the moment. The agent hits the decision point. Multiple destinations. I told it to ask me before proceeding. And there it is. ReAct needs your help. Please choose one of these destinations to proceed. This is human in the loop. The agent doesn't guess. It doesn't pick randomly. It pauses, packages the context, and asks. In this case, I'll pick Proxima Centauri b, 6.2 years travel time. Let's go. The agent resumes. It fills out the traveler info, my name, date of birth, emergency contact, selects economy pod, skips cargo, and gets to payment. And by the way, even in case of payment, I can trigger the human in the loop action here. I can ask the agent to stop and let me fill in the details. In this case, the agent goes all the way through to a multi-step booking flow, forms, drop-downs, date pickers, and there it is. Booking confirmed. Now, what you just saw was the playground. Great for prototyping. But when you're ready for production, there is the ReAct SDK. One pip install, you write workflows in Python, mixing natural language with code. You run this locally, debug in your IDE, then deploy to AWS. With CloudWatch for monitoring, IAM for access control, and ability to run thousands of workflows in parallel. And by the way, this isn't limited to demo sites. For example, I could build an agent that shops on Amazon for me, finds the best rated books on AI agents and LLMs, adds them to cart, and pauses before checkout to ask, should I proceed with the purchase? The agent does the legwork, I make the decisions. The moment you start thinking about agents as distributed systems with orchestration, verification, guardrails, escalation paths, and observability, reliability becomes an engineering problem. And engineering problems have solutions. And that's what ReAct gets right. It's not just a model, it's architecture. If you're building agents for production, link to ReAct is in the description. Go break things in the playground first. And if you want more system design content like this, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.